I'm streaming Minecraft. I don't remember if I streamed this world when I first played it. I do remember when I played this world, I literally just booted it up. This is like from months ago, I think, several months. I have no clue where I am. I have 8 diamonds and a diamond pickaxe. I don't even know if I'm on a monster spawning difficulty. It doesn't seem like it. Nowadays, I don't like playing with monsters. To me, it kind of actually makes the game worse. Because again, Minecraft does not have a good combat system. And so having monsters maybe makes the game slightly more engaging, but it doesn't make it more fun. Is that a normal bat? Why does he look different to a normal bat? No, I don't like that. Fuck off. No, I don't like you. I haven't played Minecraft in a while, so I know the vampire bats or some stupid shit now. But I'm streaming just because I'm installing Spider-Man PS4 right now. It's probably over halfway done. I don't know if I'll go straight onto it the moment I'm done. Moment it's done, but it is installing. I don't think this is the way I came. My inventory is a little bit full. I left behind a chest which had stuff in it. It was a bunch of like basic stuff. No big loss. Just some salmon and some birchwood. Fuck me. I didn't even bother changing the tags for the streams. I don't know if I will from now on. I need viewers. There's gold. I like gold. Give me gold. I would love to get back into Minecraft. Every time I try, it just doesn't happen. Okay. Really? Alright. I should have gotten obsidian for an enchantment book. I still can. Enchantment stand. It's 2 diamonds, 4 obsidian, and a book, right? I just think Minecraft just doesn't have, like, they really want it to be a survival game, but the survival mechanics just aren't good. It's kind of like grindy. Minecraft being a grinding game does not make sense to me. I still find it so weird that, like, there's so much interesting stuff locked away in the end cities, which no regular player not looking at the internet would even know exist. Which is also just completely in the late game. I haven't lost any hunger, so clearly we're on peaceful. I just don't like the hassle. I'd rather just explore with the only risk in my life being falling in lava. Actually find out more interesting. I still don't know if I like the caves update. I think the old caves are fine. I do think like the best way to handle this is to have both, rather than one or the other. Just have it so we have 2 different kinds of caves. Like the further down you go, the more like this it gets. Now I have 2 voices in my brain right now. One of them's telling me to get out before I die, and the other one is telling me to keep exploring. Of course, I have a bucket of water, which I used to get down here. I'm pretty sure I came down here from a ravine, which is back the way I came to get in here. Remember, I had a friend join this world, I think. And they were like, where the fuck are you? Oh, let's play Minecraft. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, oh, you already got diamonds. And we were like, cool. And then we left. Like, I kind of wish if either Terraria and Minecraft was gonna get their I wouldn't say get their shit together. That sounds really insulting. They're already both doing brilliantly. But I wish they would either push themselves even further, or someone else can actually make a game that succeeds them. Okay, that's Spider-Man done. Oh man, PlayStation 5 has such shit storage space, man. Every time I install a new game, I have to delete 2 more. No, it definitely is partially because of the amount of clips I have, but the clips from PlayStation are really storage inefficient. I need to be careful. I'm actually definitely putting myself at risk of forgetting the way back here. You just keep going straight, and the only thing you have to do is just turn around. Okay. A simple bucket of water is an incredibly versatile tool. It wouldn't fall into any lava, but this is not a great way to mine it. I think I reach. Okay, I picked up one. Okay. It's 12 diamonds. I don't know if I've been extremely lucky or just diamonds are like more common now. Is this all? It's hard to tell. I get the traders. I mean, they keep saying they want to move on to something new. They keep going back on their word. Understandable. Okay, there's so much more you can do with Treyarch. I want more games with like mod implementation for non-PC players. There's so many games I'd be playing a lot more if I could play the mods on them. Because Terraria's mods are fucking brilliant. There's diamonds everywhere. Okay. Am I above the area where I was before? What's that? Something yellow? Oh. Means, of course, the general rule is just go up. So I can never get too lost. Also, I have a diamond pickaxe. It's not like I don't have the resources to just get myself back out. It's just how annoying is it going to be. Whoa. Is this... I don't feel like we wrapped around. No, that is indeed okay. So we've gone in a full circle. That's actually good. Okay. So I believe I came from up here. Or I came from there. Probably from there. Because I've been using waterfalls this entire time. I posted it to my Instagram. I might have pulled... well, okay. I decided it's finally time to test out Chevrolet with Raiden. So my team was Raiden, Chevrolet, level 71 Chevrolet, Bennett and Jangling. I just got on Chevrolet straight out of a pack, straight out of a bag. Leveled up her talents, took her to the level that she was. What the fuck is that noise? Why am I losing it? Took her up to level. I wasn't expecting her to do much of anything, and I just ran a standard DPS test, and it was one of my strongest teams in my account, even though most of the characters on that team were poorly built. And I was like, holy shit. So then I was like, okay, I want C6 Chevrolet, because that'd be an even bigger improvement. And I ended up getting one Chevrolet Constellation, C6 Kujo Stara, and C2 Raiden. I got 2 Raiden Constellations, a Jean, and a Dea. And I only got one single Chevrolet in all of that. I do feel stupid for giving in to temptation, but I wanted Raiden Constellations anyway. That's the thing, so I'm not too fussed about it. I'm just miffed I didn't even get the main thing I was going for. Wow, oh, where's that quick? Can I craft a lapis lazuli block and just, like, store these here? No. Hate to waste resources. Dungeons still exist, right? Like mossy cobbled dungeons. Oh, I remember, like, I still remember, like, the second ever Minecraft world I made. What the fuck? Talk about timing. You ain't gonna spawn out, are you? Okay. Truth be told, I kinda want all of these things. 13 ain't exactly a banger. Can get more Netherrack. I don't know what warped fungus does. Let's place a torch here as a marker that it exists. Obviously, there's plenty more in this cave. What kind of fucking coincidence is that? Wait, so in my is that emerald? That's emerald. That Yeah, that's Emerald. Do I even care about Emerald? Not really. I could get some more magma blocks without much effort. I want to at least escape this cave before I go onto the Spider-Man PS4. There we go again. I think they've started adding even more musicians onto the pipeline. Like Alina Rain did like 2 updates, and I think now we're getting some other artists in as well, from what I can tell. Nowadays, most of the interaction I get with Minecraft is just watching fucking sad Minecraft music compilations. Mice on Venus, but slowed. Rain in the background. Oh, fuck you. Okay, fine. Why did I hear something? So my second ever Minecraft world spawned on like a beach. And this is old Minecraft, obviously. Back when it first released on Xbox. Spawned on like a beach. Got myself some clay, built a really shitty looking brick house. My aunt was over, and I went into a cave. And it was a pretty shallow cave, but it immediately led to a dungeon. I was like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And so then, because however many years old I was, had no sense of aesthetics. I tore down the dungeon and used the mossy cobblestone as a flooring of my house, even though, you know, it's mossy. Not exactly the best carpet. There's that video essay about Minecraft music being great because it's random and it builds associations. And I do agree with that to an extent. I do feel like there should be a separation between like caves tracks and overworld tracks. But that's it. And I do think like some tracks absolutely can be both cave tracks and above ground tracks. But I do think there are some which should be exclusive to either or. Caves out. I was like, add Herobrine into a game. Just do it. I love the idea of, again, if you want Minecraft to be an actual survival game, I think you could make Minecraft be a really good survival game with somewhat of a narrative, and if you added in Herobrine as like a stalker kind of enemy that will continuously sabotage you as you progress through whatever kind of story progression you have. Right, one of these waterfalls was the way I got down here. It's probably whichever one is tallest. Here we go. Oh, no, I thought that was my building. No, that's abandoned mineshaft. Yeah, here's the ravine I came in at. Let's just go straight up. Surely good. there's a way out. I saw that good old About Oliver, that guy with a pretty good Outer Worlds playthrough, did a 50 video series on Minecraft. But I feel like we need to add something to bring that spark back, because they absolutely can. It isn't just nostalgia, there's still something brilliant in these games. So I do feel like they can keep Terraria going forever if they really want to. Because again, I mean, it's evident from the mods and the modding community. Terraria just has so fucking much you can do with it. But what am I doing? Oh, cherry blossoms. I saw a clip. Have I been there? It's off the map. I saw a video. It was on a meme post, but they found a location which looked absolutely stunning. It was like I suppose it's kind of like a valley, but it was basically like a lake surrounded by mountains with cherry blossom trees on them. Visually stunning, like the best old generation I've ever seen come out of Minecraft. And they even shared the coordinates in the clip, but they didn't share the fucking seed. I left a comment asking what's the seed, and I still haven't gotten a reply. I'd like to check out these cherry blossoms. I don't know what other exploration I've done with this world ages ago. See, that's one of my big problems with Minecraft. Is that in the classical Minecraft, because the world was small, the world's generation had to be calibrated around that, and that meant that you got a lot more variety in a smaller space. But once we got to Xbox One and beyond, they could now make the worlds bigger, so they did, and they made them more realistic, but at the cost of having a massive as fuck plains which just has nothing in it. And that being like 90% of the world, and you just have to travel for hours to find something different. So I get why we did it, but I feel like it ultimately took a lot away from the game. I don't have the inventory space to steal from you villagers. Carrots. Definitely want to steal the carrots. Wart. Cool. I don't know why beetroots were in the game. I mean, it kind of makes sense to get rid of bread. I don't like getting rid of apples just because, like, you can chop down a lot of trees without getting a single apple. So I like to hang on to them. It is stupid as fuck, but I just like apples, man. It makes sense to give it a bit. Like, we don't even need food, obviously, but I mean, it's Minecraft. Now, if I weren't a fucking bastard, I would hand these over to villagers. It was really fun in my big as fuck world to learn how villagers worked, so I can make them thrive. I can't stream that world, unfortunately, and it's on my Xbox. Of course, that's the survival world I have like over 100 hours in from COVID times. By far the most time I've ever put into a Minecraft world, and it was truly fucking massive. I kind of just got to a point where I just couldn't be bothered to play on it anymore. Yeah, because I did truly, I won the game. You don't win Minecraft, but I got as close as you possibly could get. That's one world where I have actually like gone through the End Dragon and End Cities and everything for full progression path. I think I saw someone make a video essay about progression paths comparing Minecraft to Terraria. Of course, Terraria has a really damn good progression. There's few things fucking more satisfying than Terraria progression. But Minecraft just doesn't fucking have. I already have 14 diamonds. Minecraft just doesn't have progression, whereas Terraria has some brilliant progression. Ooh. Ugh. Not yet. I don't remember. Is this like what all caves are like now, or can we still find tunnels? Again, tunnels are great. Just have both. Is it that hard? There you go. Those look for some tunnels. Now, I would like one of your saplings, but oh, it's like fucking weeb shit. God damn. This is a. I mean, this area looks pretty nice. Oh, look at that. 90% of Minecraft nowadays is literally just finding a nice place to build your house. This is a nice spot. It's all off the map though, so. I still have Terraria installed. I had to uninstall Disco Elysium. Outlast, sorry. Yeah, Outlast, it's just not gonna happen. I keep saying it's gonna happen, it's not gonna happen. I had to uninstall Outlast, Disco Elysium, very unfortunately, because I do want to go back and play more of Disco Elysium, but yeah, it's not gonna happen for a while at least. The thing about Disco Elysium is that, like, I already know where it goes now, and I watched a lot of the spoilers for stuff which I didn't encounter in my playthrough. I now know about given Kim the piss jacket, which have got those encounters I never even encountered in my playthrough. Don't fall in lava. Oh, fancy. The clock is actually tempting to take. fire spreads on. Seems like it. I actually am low on wood. Good thing I'm crouched. So why is there a gold block all the way up there? Oh, let's just let the rest of it burn. Okay, from when I thought I stepped in lava, we're okay. Ooh. There's also a kingdom. I actually installed Kingdom. Not installed, I bought it. Old game Mr. Fruit played. I really like that game's mechanic of progressing nights, and each night gets harder. I feel like that's something you could do for Minecraft. That would encourage you to strategically. That's JXE made his video essay about why Minecraft is bad at survival. Part of it was that there's simply no reason. Jolly good. There's no reason to like build up a base or anything other than aesthetics. Okay, first thing you do when you get a dog is you dye its collar. Don't fucking fall in lava now, I'm gonna fucking die in real life. That's also another thing that I don't play with monsters, is they fucking kill your dogs. Or you spend all of your fucking meat healing them. Is that snow? Looks like snow. Is that a house? I think I can see a village. I like mountainside villages. How Wolf is okay, right? Because I'm playing as Steve. Tuxedo Steve, of course. I am a bit miffed that upon changing to like this version of Minecraft, you lost all the old skins and stuff. Or maybe you weren't supposed to, but I mean I did. I've lost all of my old Minecraft skin packs and stuff, and it is a little bit annoying. And all the old texture packs and stuff as well. Can I play as Master Chief? Do I have access to Master Chief's skin pack? They give you Stampy and they give you Lee, but they don't give you a fucking Master Chief. Really? They're really up there. So many fucking skins now. Basically, ooh, deep forest. That's what it's called, right? This is an interesting mountain. Hello, rabbit. You can't get pet rabbits, can you? Why the fuck is that a thing in Minecraft? Get on it. This is an interesting site. Fuck, Jesus! So many fucking flowers. What the fuck? Alright. I'm gonna clip that actually. Just so I can send it to a friend later. What the fuck? Oh, that was close. This entire mountain range is covered in blue flowers. Also, I fucking hate phantoms. Phantoms, oh, they're so annoying. I remember the first time I ever encountered a phantom, I didn't know they existed. Because I hadn't been keeping up with Minecraft for years at that point. So I did not realise Minecraft copied, quite frankly, Pixel Gun 3D and added in flying enemies. It is pretty funny. They actually copied the Minecraft clone. So the Pixel Gun 3D is a Minecraft clone. And then they came up with this flying enemy. And then when they were making a phantom, they're like, fuck it, let's just rip off Pixel Gun. They deserve it. I'm an OG Pixel Gun player, man. I played the very first version of Pixel Gun. Did it get shut down or is it still a thing? Because I heard it, like, at one point it became one of the most popular games on mobile. I was one of the fucking OGs, man. Back when Pixel Gun 3D was just like a zombie arena shooter. And like, whenever you loaded it up, it put you into one of however many arenas they had. And you just go for as long as you could. Oh. Is that what I think it is? But yeah, so my first ever encounter with a phantom, I didn't know it existed. And I was just getting hit. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I just happened to like angle my camera in such a way that like they just flashed on my screen when they hit me. So I didn't see, I just saw like a big black thing. And I took damage and then it ran up. I actually screamed. It jump scared me. And then I looked up and I saw them and I was actually really fucking scared. Is that snow? Oh. I don't want snow there though. Actually, maybe I do. That probably actually would look really nice. Can you get snow and cherry blossoms at the same time? Well, we want to find a place to settle down so we can actually empty my inventory. I'm considering going back to Terraria and doing a master mode playthrough. Oh, I meant to say that earlier. A lot of people kind of just hate master mode, though I think it's kind of like too difficult. Right? It's just absurd. Which I totally get. Even regular Terraria can feel like that sometimes. I'm not a fan of how difficult Moonlord is, quite frankly. Especially when they made the specific attacks go through blocks. Because the thing is, back when he first released, Moonlord was one of the few bosses in the game that actually did encourage you to... Is one of the few bosses in the game that actually wanted a battle arena. And then he said, no, fuck it. No arena for you, there's no point in it anymore. Dude? I'm waking you up to give you this. I didn't mean to steal you, by the way, sorry. Where was I? Fuck. Books. We like books. We want books. Do I steal your books? Do I really need 3 torches? Well, there's some carrots I completely forgot to go back from. There's also, there's a bunch of games, I feel like nowadays, or I mean, it's probably just always been a thing. I feel like there's quite a lot of developers that only release games on PC. There's a lot of games I like to play, but they're like only on Steam. Like Beginner's Guide. I'd love to play with Beginner's Guide, but I'm pretty sure it's only on PC. But I mean, you can get a very good experience just by watching a YouTuber play it anyway, but obviously Beginner's Guide is just a brilliant experience. I'm still trying to fucking figure out what it actually means. Alright, this is just fucking birchwood everywhere. The next trailer update is supposed to have, like, Dead Cells and other game references, isn't it? That's cool. Oh. They wouldn't spawn, would they? See, the thing is, with Minecraft now, the way that it is, it very much feels like once you've played it once, that's it. You've played the game. With Terraria absolutely warrants multiple playthroughs. One playthrough for each class, because it is actually not easy to switch class in Terraria. It actually takes quite some effort. And also, of course, you can go with Crimson or Corruption worlds. But in Minecraft, every world kind of feels the same. Every playthrough you have, it kind of ends up feeling the same. It's like once you've done it once, often, what the fuck is a sentry armor trim. A horn? What the f... Okay. Sure. How much of this glowstone am I actually going to need? So does it have like a practical use? Whoa, I think the audio glitched out there. I don't know. I was just surprised. It really feels like gaming industry is going down the toilet to me. But some other people are really excited. People say, "Oh, there's so many great Game of the Year contenders." And the thing is, I somewhat agree, but I mean that on the basis that no games this year stand out. I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3, but I've seen a lot of it, and what I've seen, I don't think is any better or anywhere near as good as Disco Elysium. Quite frankly, some of it does seem a little bit cringe. I can appreciate the work they put into it. That's something, I hate to insult any artist. This is a new piece. I was hoping we could find our way back to our old village, but yeah, no, I think we're well past it. It's back over there. But yeah, it's probably on the other side. That might be the Blue Flower Mountain. I do want to settle down in a cherry blossom biome, so I want to follow the cherry blossoms. Ooh. Dickhead. That does free up an inventory slot there. Do I want to clip you? You look pretty though, so I don't know if I want to break it down and try to steal any saplings, especially if I'm going to set up shop near. Yeah, no point. I think we've got some Japanese creators in, probably for this actually. I mean, I was looking at the names of some of the new pieces and the creators, they sounded Japanese. You wouldn't want to be racist. Tempting to take some poppies, yeah, I'll take some poppies. I'm still a little bit miffed they're no longer roses. Is it too much to ask of both? It really pisses me off when someone says that Spider-Man 2 should have been Game of the Year, or I didn't win any awards. Spider-Man 2 has a lot of fucking problems. Spider-Man 2 is unfortunately a game which feels progressively more and more shit the more you play it, which is kind of the opposite of what you want to happen. It kind of is a natural thing, but the thing is, like, for Genshin Impact, that happens over the course of 6 fucking months. For Spider-Man 2, that happens over the course of 10 hours. For Last of Us 2, it also happens over the course of like 10 hours. And then there's the last 20 hours of the game I kind of... Spider-Man 2 is a pretty good game. In many regards, the graphics are brilliant. Except for the myriad of fucking glitches. Is that an iron? Oh. For a moment I thought it was like loads of floating cobblestone. These cherry blossoms didn't last for long, did they? Should we try to just find out a valley again? It wouldn't be hard to find. I think I can find it again if I want to. Do we go back and find it, or do we try to build here? So I have that valley area. Things at this point, I don't feel like I'm ever moved to build a house anymore. I think I'm gonna build some chests, put my stuff in it, and then probably call it day of it on Spider-Man. The thing about Spider-Man 2's story is I feel really conflicted about saying it's bad. The thing is, it's not a bad story, it's just kind of like, it could be so much better. There's so many fucking missed opportunities in it. That and, like, there's no emotional weight behind Harry and Peter's relationship in it, unfortunately. Because, to me, it might be because I'm looking to be a creator of art. That means that, like, I know what they're fucking trying to do. So when they show you scenes of Harry and Peter hanging out in school, you're like, oh no, this is going to be so fucking sad when Harry turns into Venom. Oh dear. And instead it kind of just ends up being predictable, and you kind of just don't really care, especially since it's very typical school shenanigans that aren't real and no one actually does shit like that, so it isn't relatable in any way. A character doesn't have to be relatable, but it helps. But the story is very cool. That's like the best thing I'll give to it. It's a very cool story. I never wanted to put the game down. I wanted to finish the game so I can move on to something else. But I was never willing to just stop playing the game. I think that the same was true for Last of Us 2 as well. I didn't want to put Last of Us 2 down without finishing it. I do not think Last of Us 2 is as crap as people say it is. I do, however, think that is massively carried by simply the fact that Abby's section is really fun. They put so much effort into making Abby's section of the game just way more fun to play than Ellie's. The thing is, Ellie's section, you lose Dina like 1/3 of the way through, and that was like the main draw of Ellie's segment. So once you separate from Dina, Ellie's segment loses a lot, and then Abby just gets so many fucking cool weapons, and also she gets the Rat King boss. Did Ellie get anything like that? I don't remember if she did, which probably means she didn't. There's the upgrade for it coming out, isn't there? Which is kind of fucking ridiculous. I looked at the Last of Us Part 1 remake, and it looks awful, quite frankly to me. Like, sure, the graphics are really detailed, but all the face models, I fucking hate them. I really do. They also made Ellie kind of look the same, and it doesn't look right to me. They seem to be acting like you don't change your appearance in that amount of time, even though you do. You absolutely do. Oh, I misremembered how many cherry blossoms actually are here. It's only like 1 or 2. We can go get saplings though. So there's cherry blossoms just over that way. There isn't any like one great spot to put down a house. I have an idea. I've always wanted to do this. To make a house embedded into a mountain. Could also just do it like there, in that like cave spot. Could hollow out. See, that isn't like all that great of a view. This spot isn't as high up. Fuck's sake. I would actually really like that, so that way I could also have like glass leading out both ways. But yeah, that point isn't very high up on the mountain. Like, up there is pretty high up. Just gives you a nice lookout. Let's climb up here and see what view is. And I think what I would do is I would chop down some cherry blossom trees, get saplings and plant some saplings around here. I mean, this is a pretty nice view. Let's compare and contrast. It's definitely grander. We could, of course, just hollow out a point of a mountain, but yeah, I know if I'm willing to go through all that effort. The thing is, taking time to do shit makes me want to go into creative mode, but when you go into creative mode, you don't feel a sense of accomplishment. It gets you in a really shit spot. Where if I'm in creative mode, I don't feel like I've achieved anything once I've built it. But if I'm in survival mode, it just takes too long to build, I kind of get bored. Ah, dear. Could there be a better spot on the other side? This thing is, unfortunately, I'm probably going to be streaming a lot less in the coming weeks, because I'm pretty sure this term at uni, our assignments are coming up quicker. Or not, they aren't coming up quicker, we have just as much time, I think, overall, really, to do them, but we have more of them. Like, for one of our modules, last term, we had a 1,500 word essay. This term, we have a 2,000 word essay, and we have to make an interactive project. Basically, we have to make a video game. We have to make a video game, and we have to make a blog about our progression through the course, and publish said blog online. This looks like it might have something. And we have all the flowers as well, which would make for a good view. So from right here, I think this works. Is it quite high enough there? Or, I mean, we'd have to like plug this up, and unfortunately you can't quite see cherry blossom trees from this distance. Right, I definitely think this has potential, and of course we can lead just straight into a mine through a trapdoor or something. Not much of an overhang. So the point of having the house built into a mountain isn't quite met here. So look a little bit further. I think we can just make some modifications to a spot to make it work. Well, here we go. So it's a cave entrance. It has about the same view, but a little bit higher up. It's smaller, which is unfortunate, but I think it gives us more to work with, actually. I can see it. Okay, doggy, over here. Good boy. There's cherry blossoms over there, but they're the ones we can view from our house, so I don't want to chop those down. So I'm going to go chop down the cherry blossom trees, pick up their saplings, and hopefully that will be workable. Afterwards, after I chop them down and go back to the cave, probably get an streamer. So I don't feel like building the whole house, but I haven't the idea of it. Uh-oh. It's over there. What time is it? I've been streaming for an hour. My other uni assignments, the first term, for coding, we had to make a very miniature P5.js game. This term, we have to make a top-down OG Zelda-style game. So it's definitely a step up, but it's just more. Whereas, digital storytelling is now an additional essay. We have to make another game, and you have to make a fucking blog. Video game design course at Royal Holloway University. Yeah. Thank God. No one at uni watches these streams and sees me slagging them off. I kind of want to sign up to represent the course on open day or something, so I can tell people don't come here. Do not, don't. You're wasting years of your life. I'm in too deep at this point. I can't back out even if I wanted to. But other people don't have to suffer the same fate. For 3D modelling, we have to make a full 3D environment, texturing the entire thing ourselves from the ground up. UV unwraps on that will be fucking wonderful. And then for game engines, we have to make an escape room or something. Which actually doesn't seem that difficult, quite frankly. Surprisingly, the Unity one, which is the thing about properly making proper games, actually sounds like it's going to be the easiest assignment. Because we're not making the assets, we can borrow assets from the Unity store. So it sounds like all I have to do is to make some basic interactions and stuff. Time to truly embrace Reeb shit. It really is just pink wood. Oh, it's lovely. Any hidden bits? If these don't produce saplings, I will start some shit. I literally say that as a sapling is in my inventory right now. Brilliant. And we shouldn't need multiple saplings. Just one sapling per tree, not like jungle trees. Gather up all the saplings. Hey, it's bunny. Oh, it's two bunnies. Thing is, it wouldn't make sense that you could tame a bunny, because bunnies do not behave like that. A bunny sees you, they do run off in fear, even if they've been your pet for years. I mean, don't run off in fear, but they still don't. I don't think bunnies particularly like people ever, really. I don't know, I wasn't around bunnies much ever. Oh, rabbits fucking died. You can pick these up? Yeah, all my pet rabbits died. It's weird. I've had rabbits my entire life, and now for the first time since, for as long as I can remember, I don't have pet rabbits. Unfortunately, all of our rabbits we got recently fucking died from some illness which got contaminated their hutch. Somehow. This is fucking maximum weave shit, I love it. Oh man, Genshin Impact. I do love Genshin Impact, I really do. But the thing is, Genshin Impact is also a game which gets worse the longer you play it, but it has a benefit where it only starts to feel worse after several months, after several hundred hours played. And that's brilliant. Right, it can actually manage to do that. The problem is, the further you get into a game, the more characters you have, and the faster you get characters, the more it feels like shit when you have to wait for fucking resin. I'm currently trying to make my hyper carry Raiden, because my Raiden is now my strongest character on my account at C2. She can have the highest damage output. I currently think, compared to Hu Tao, I think she does about the same damage as Hu Tao. I think it's really competitive between the two of them. Or Hu Tao maybe does slightly more damage. But my Hu Tao is better built than my Raiden. My Raiden is not very well built. She only has like a 87 crit damage. And so I know that I can get that crit damage to be way better. My fucking catching has 170 crit damage. I need to test catching with Chevreuse because I think she would actually work well. Yeah, my catching has really good artifacts. She's the second most well-built character on my account behind Neuvillette. But she fucking sucks. No, I'm sorry, catching means. Catching just fucking sucks. She just doesn't deal damage. She's extremely weak, unfortunately. It's just her numbers. They just suck. I don't know what it is, but no matter how good my artifacts are, how much I level her talents, even using enhancing reactions like Aggravate, she just still doesn't really deal any damage. But I am at that point now. Things earlier on in the game, I was okay with Resin. I liked it because things back then you had exploration and stuff to do. But nowadays, my only thing I have to do on Genshin is to spend Resin. I think it doesn't really earn them more money because I think there aren't any people on the planet dumb enough to fucking spend money for more resin. I really don't think so. I don't think resin should be removed. I think the way it should work is that your resin gain rate is increased by your adventure rank. And so I think, however way you calculate it, I think by the time you are AR 55 or 50 or above, resin just shouldn't be a concern anymore. I was thinking maybe it could be like for every adventure rank you have, you gain +1 resin per hour. And normally, at baseline per hour, you get 10.5 resin? No, that's wrong. There's 1 resin every 8 minutes. So 5 resin in 40 minutes. 7.5 resin an hour. Is that what I just said? 5 resin in 40 minutes. So then 56 minutes gets you 7 resin. So then 60 minutes gets you 7.5. Yeah, so 7.5 an hour, and then 2 hours gets you 15. Yes, of course. Okay, yeah. So I would say that would mean my proposal. So once you reached AR 60, that means you're going from 7.5 resin an hour to 67.5 resin an hour, almost 10 times as much resin. I actually feel like that would be a good change to a game. So that means truly dedicated players just don't need to worry about resin at all. They'll just always have plenty of it. But it just feels really shit. I just have to wait to get my shit. And there is one thing I definitely don't want resin to actually be moved as a whole. Because something I really like about Genshin is the fact that it is a game which wants you to invest real-world time into it, and you progress over time. It really gives a sense of nostalgia when you think back on your journey, and it makes the game's portrayal of the journey feel a lot more real. Just like in Warframe, how the fact that back in the day it took you several hundred hours to get to the second dream, and we had to wait several years for the War of Inn and the Sacrifice and all that to release. It made it feel a lot better. Mark and Meatball has played through all the Warframe quests recently, and the fact he's just played them all back to back to back, I feel like it didn't harm his experience. He still loved them, all the quests of Warframe, but they weren't as good as they could have been. I really appreciate Genshin as being a unique experience where you progress the game as you progress in real life, kind of. Well, you don't progress in real life, you just sit there all day with your thumb out your ass playing fucking video games, you loser. It's just something I like about the game, that you do have to wait over time, but I do think that it should accelerate. So the more time invested into a game, the less time you have to wait to do shit. Especially when, of course, what you're spending that resin on is artifacts. And you're just waiting for good artifact RNG, because that good artifact RNG could just never fucking come. Currently, you can get 180 resin a day. You get 180 resin in 24 hours. 20 resin for 1 artifact domain looting, so that's 9 runs. That's 9 artifacts a day. With my calculation, 67.5 at the absolute most. Okay, let's go from 55. Okay, so 62.5 times 24. 1,500 resin a day. Alright, and then divide back by 20, that gives you 75 artifact lootings a day. Right? I think that would be a good thing for the players, and I don't think it would harm the amount of money that Genshin actually makes. Because again, it needs to be a high adventure rank. And so fucking basic bitch people aren't going to go for it. It's only going to be for people who actually play the game a lot and have progressed. I imagine the money they make out of resin being a thing is probably like less than 1% of the game's earnings, if even that. I don't think people are dumb enough to spend money on resin. I don't think it will cost Genshin anything to rework it like that. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of saplings, but I still want more. And I want to empty out this axe completely. Let's go for some regular trees, actually. It sounds like a new piece. And I really hate it when someone writes off Genshin Impact because it's an anime game. It means like I will absolutely point out Genshin's problems. Fucking, I probably do shit talk Genshin more than I talk positively about it. I probably shit talk most games more than I talk positively about them nowadays, actually. But I really do love a game. The reason why I talk shit about it is because I want it to get better, so it can get an even bigger audience. Because the other thing, with these games being online, it does instill a little bit of fear in you that if the game goes bankrupt, I lose everything that I put into it. So I have a financial interest in keeping the game alive, because otherwise all the money invested into it is just for nothing. And people would say, oh, then people would use that as like a valid. Think that's like a valid argument against the game or shows how stupid it is, but that's of course true for literally any game with online functionalities. That applies to the entire Halo series, if you want to actually make that argument. It's just more true for Genshin. Just because in Genshin you have more to lose. From enough thought that was a spider. There's some birch. I want a little bit more birch. Isn't Lollipop Chainsaw getting a remake? The only thing I know about that game is that it gives you an achievement for trying to upskill the protagonist, I think. Thanks, Outside Xbox. Great trivia. That's a fucking huge channel. I haven't watched in a while. Oh god, MatPat leaving. Oh. He released a game theory the other day, I haven't watched it yet. I mean to watch it at some point. It happens a lot to me with MatPat the last couple of years. I see a few and I'm like, that seems really interesting, I should watch that, and I just kind of forget to. It's not a MatPat specific thing, that happens so fucking often. I wish YouTube had like a dedicated thing for like continue watching. Or even better, YouTube's watch later playlist was actually a watch later playlist and not just a playlist. Like it was a playlist where you put a video on it, you can just click watch later, and it puts into watch later, and then once you watch it, it removes it from watch later. It doesn't do that. Watch later is just a playlist which is named watch later, which every YouTuber user gets automatically instead of having to make it for themselves. Which is dumb. It shouldn't be that. It's, oh my god, I fucking hate YouTube. YouTube started introducing 45 fucking second unskippable ads is ridiculous. I say that Crunchyroll has up to 2 minute 30 second unskippable ads. Crunchyroll is a little bit ridiculous. just wants you to get Crunchyroll Premium. But YouTube pisses me off because I don't see anyone complaining about it. Also, at least Crunchyroll is like high quality content, you know. YouTube is fucking mostly garbage. A YouTube ad should never be longer than a fucking video you are trying to watch. It happens quite often now. Back in the day, when that first started happening, people were mocking it. Now it happens really often, and just no one has the energy to complain anymore. But yeah, in Genshin, I just want to make my fucking Hypercarry Raiden work, man. We also need a fucking 4-star pity system. How many wishes did I put in trying to get Chevreuse? Over 100? Yeah, it was over 100 wishes. And I failed, I got 1 Chevreuse. It's ridiculous. At first, I was really generous with Genshin's gacha. I said I was fine with it, but that's because I got pretty lucky and I didn't realize how bad it can be. It definitely can be bad. It's still better than a lot of other gachas. It does have hard pity systems, but it doesn't have them for 4 stars. There are some traps. Honestly, I don't mind traps as much. Not because I don't mind traps, but more so because if you're going to criticize Genshin for traps, there are a lot more games you should also be criticizing for traps, because every fucking game has traps nowadays, of some kind. You either criticize all of them, or you criticize none of them, mate. It's unfair to single out Genshin. The Genshin dev team completely love the game. Though some of the changes they make are pretty stupid, the new artifact loadout system. But they're clearly extremely passionate devs behind Genshin. And some extremely talented. It's just for whoever is in charge of making artifacts loadouts for some reason it's just fucking stupid. Genshin YouTubers really pissed me off though. So there's the AI voice YouTubers who are always reporting what leakers are saying, even if it's false as fuck. And then there's guys like Tectone, which to me is just a little bit suspicious. Tectone is this fucking bald guy who looks like he's in his late 30s, or at least mid 30s. Playing Genshin Impact and talking about YouTube, he seems really fucking immature. His perspectives are not nuanced at all from what I've seen. Watching his really shitty reaction content, it just kind of weirds me out that someone that old he looks like a nonce. I'll just fucking say he does. It's just extremely weird to me. On top of that, yeah, there are the AI voice YouTubers that are just fucking lying, doing whatever they can to just try to squeeze some views out of the Genshin community. Oh, there's some, where were trees that cut down? Also, wheat seeds. What, more than one? I might go into creative mode to build this actual house. Just the little things like fucking waiting for wheat to grow and shit just gets annoying. No. Leather, please. No. The books. I like 10 wheat seeds. Is that too much to ask? Oh man, data is so fucking disappointing. So fucking disappointing, give me man. Whilst I was pulling for Raiden, I might have gotten... I did get Raiden and Jean in the same temple. It's the luckiest temple I've ever had in Genshin. Where I got Raiden and Jean and a Kujo-Sara, I think. Back to back to back. In a single temple. I mean, I think... what was it? There was... I had one temple where it was 2 temples back to back, which gave me a 5-star. Like how I pulled to John Lee, got John Lee, then the next temple got me Mona. So that happened once, and I got Raiden and Jean. I got Jean after Raiden, by the way. So I had guaranteed 50-50 in the same temple as well. So I did actually get pretty lucky with that. I just got really... I didn't get I got 1 Chevrolet's constellation. God damn, man. 16 is pretty good. 18... even numbers, please. Please, dear God, I cannot leave here with 17 fucking wheat seeds. Don't do this to me. Thank you. Alright, where the fuck are we going? Is it this way? I'm 20 years old on Tuesday. Or now I'll be 20. Fucking years old. Piss take. You do not want to live to be 20 years old. It is way too long to live. Well, it's like Daya. So in one of my pulls I did get Daya. And so I do currently have a 50-50. She's the last pull I got. Of course, the next count I want to get is Nilou. And Lantern Rite is coming up, so Nilou should be the first banner after Lantern Rite is done. She should be the first banner of 4.5. It's ridiculous if she isn't. Because then she would be like one of the longest wait times in Genshin's history then, even though she's only had 2 banners so far. And Nahida would have ran more than her, despite releasing after her and being an Archon. It's ridiculous. Nilou should be the next banner. And I'm going to assume that Genshin devs are smart enough to realise that as well. Lantern Rite should give 90 wishes. Most patches do give 90 wishes, I'm pretty sure. So Lantern Rite should give enough. So just save Nilu and then go for it. I mean, as of right now, I'm at, I think, 16 pity, and I have Daya. So I have a guaranteed 50-50. There it is. That was almost very bad. So yeah, I'm a little bit worried. I want to continue putting any wishes I get into Vyden's banner to pray for more Shepherd's constellations. But of course, I'm scared I'll get an early Vyden. And if I do, it will buffer Burst, which I'm not against. But I'd rather get a Neely than a CP Vyden at this point. Sorry, Yoimiya, it's not happening. I should plant some of these straight away. I leave enough space for them. I'd heard that Neuvillette gave Daya her redemption, and that they were great combos together. And I was like, oh, brilliant, I can see how, because Daya has this Red Main's Blood mechanic, and that will work well because it will reduce Neuvillette's self-damage, and on top of that, running Furina in the same team, because Daya has her self-heal, that will also help out Furina, so it means more Furina stacks. Brilliant. And then I was like, oh yes, and because Daya does AoE pyro damage, she will be really good in Neuvillette Burgeon. I hadn't ran a Burgeon team before. That sounds really fun. I was previously running Viden Hyperbloom, and it was the most powerful setup on my entire account. And what do you know, Burgeon actually deals with the same amount of damage as Hyperbloom. And I can give Daya even more EM than my Viden. So, brilliant. This is going to work out. Persian Daya is a thing, though, of course. Why would it be? What do you mean a Sumeru character doesn't work with the fucking Dendro reactions? Shut up, you. Yes, so Daya doesn't trigger Persian. Because I thought that what Daya does is that she creates her little AoE pyro field. Oh fuck, this is actually a good spot as well. Huh. Shit, maybe we should just move here. That's the other thing I was thinking about, like, we don't have to set up, we could, like, build a massive house. It would take a while. If I didn't go into creative, I'd still probably stream it. Where the fuck is my house? Not my house, my cave. Right, it's just below us. Okay. We can look into that. This big mound of dirt would have to go. Yeah, it has to go. Maybe I went a little bit overboard with those. We've actually managed to fucking fill up these double chests. What does it look like? Is it just Pinkwood? So yeah, I assumed what Daya does, and what would make sense for Daya to do, is that it says that she creates a pyro field, and then when an enemy inside it is damaged, it deals damage. And so I thought, okay, so what it does is that the field itself just does pyro damage to any enemy in the field. No. Instead, what it does is it casts an attack on an enemy in the field, and it does AoE pyro to that enemy in the field. And so that means it can trigger Burgeon, but whereas I was thinking it would just instantly trigger Burgeon on every single Dendro core in the AoE, no. Instead, what it does is that if an enemy is standing really close to a Dendro core, which they won't be, it will trigger it. It doesn't work on, from what I've tested, most bosses. Like any boss which is floating in the air doesn't work, because it attacks them in the air, and therefore skips the Dendro core, which is on the ground. I haven't tested it a lot on regular ads yet, simply because it's hard to test things in Genshin without just killing the regular ads. Genshin really needs a simulacrum. Jolly good. For now. Oh, Cherry Blossom doors, of course. It may work against regular enemies, because regular enemies are all going to be on the ground. So I think it will work with them, but who the fuck cares if it works against fucking basic treasure hoarders? This is a fucking Neuvillette team. This is a Neuvillette team where Neuvillette is shooting them with his fucking Hydro Beam to trigger a Nahida elemental skill to then trigger a Burgeon. They will die before that Burgeon even happens. So there's no point in doing that even. It's just extra effort for less reward, quite frankly. So currently what I've done is I'm running the setup now with Yai Miko instead, because Yai Miko is decent at Hyper Bloom. What for that? No, I was a spot right next to my nipple. Oh. I shouldn't say that. You shouldn't have said that. Fuck it, Weeble. That's cool. Does this lead into more 4K? It'd be cool if it does. No, it doesn't. You see, this is nice. This is like a classic Minecraft cave. I refuse to use torches. So yeah, Daya version can work, but it's not really worth using. You might as well just use any other character which is capable of doing Burgeon or Hyper Bloom. I found out Burgeon and Hyper Bloom actually do the same amount of damage. And so that does mean, in theory, Burgeon is better. Because Burgeon is an AoE. Hyper Bloom is technically an AoE, it's just the smallest AoE in the entire game, it's 1 meter. But it can hit multiple enemies with a single Hyper Bloom. I've done it myself before. But Burgeon is much easier, and it does the same damage as Hyper Bloom. It's just, obviously, they don't seek out their targets. But it can happen. See, I think if they reworked John Lee, could we get them to rework Daya? I think they fucking should. And a really easy, instantaneous buff they can do to her. The Daya doesn't have a bad kit. Her kit is actually fine, it's just that the numbers on it are really bad. So I would say increase her numbers and change the way that hitbox works. So that it's actually instead of hitting, I feel like I didn't explain that well. Daya's skill creates an AoE pyro damage field. What I thought would happen is that in this pyro field, when it triggers its coordinated attack, the entire pyro field would just activate and become an AoE damage. Like any other, it would just be an area effective damage. But instead what it does, the field itself doesn't actually deal damage. The field detects enemies that are inside the field at the time, and then it will deal an attack to them. And that attack itself has like a little bit of an AoE to it. So it does have AoE, but way, way, way smaller than it should be. It would be simpler and just better if it was just simplified, so that when you hit an enemy that is in the AoE, the entire AoE lights up with pyro damage, and that will trigger any Dendrochorus and Burgeon. That would be an instant massive buff to Daya. Because the Remake Blood thing should work fine with Novelet, but I'm not willing to invest that much into it when I already have Yae Miko level 90 with a really good EM build. And Yae Miko is pretty good for Hyper Bloom because her skill targets Dendrochorus and has an AoE to it, so it can hit Dendrochorus and an enemy at the same time, more reliably than Daya can. I'm going to continue just ranting about Daya for the next couple of minutes. So what I wanted to do was Novelet, Furina, Nahida, and previously I had Raiden, and I uploaded clips to my Instagram. It's the strongest build on my account, that team. And I really liked it because it's also a team without a healer. So it proposed an interesting challenge, and it was practical for the Abyss. It was that build that made me 36 star the Abyss. Fucking finally. And again, even with that build, I only 36 starred by 1 second. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Very much for work on getting rid of this. Just make sure. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, Daya's burst doesn't make sense. She's clearly designed to be a sub-DPS character, but then she has a DPS burst. Just stupid. They clearly just didn't know what to do with her for some reason. If Daya worked the way I thought she worked, she would be a really valuable character. Having AoE pyro application like that is something no other character in the game has. The only other character with anything like it is Zhang Ling, but that's with her burst. And her burst is on a fucking cooldown. A 10-second cooldown if you don't have a C4. Thankfully I do. And of course you have to meet her energy requirements. As for Daya, she can just keep this field up. Rather if she has a sacrificial greatsword. But no, it doesn't work like that. So why the fuck would it? So we get a cleaner view. Should I lower it by additional block? Nah. But I do not agree with the sentiment that fucking Neuvillette fixed Daya, because I still don't think she's worth using. Where was I? Yeah, I didn't see why I'd run Daya with Neuvillette. She does give interruption resistance, to some extent, and Red Main is nice. But honestly, I don't see why I'd run her over like Zhang Ling. Or over a Hyperlumen character. I might do some googling to see people who have made Neuvillette version teams, because I definitely would like to experiment version, because I haven't made a version team before, and I was finally excited that I thought I was about to do it. No, I'm not. And yet Daya's burst being a DPS power just doesn't make sense. If she has support passives and a sub-DPS skill, why the fuck is her burst an active DPS? It doesn't make sense. The thing is, in Genshin, characters need to be very much focused on their one goal. They're either DPS, sub-DPS, or support. You can't really be several at the same time. Raiden is not a sub-DPS character. She is not. Raiden's sub-DPS damage output is not good. I don't know why GameMate rates her as like the second best sub-DPS in the game. She isn't. Raiden's sub-DPS is fucking awful. Each time her elemental skill hits, which is like once every 1.5 seconds, it's 1000 damage, even at like a good build. Official just does way more damage than Raiden, skill-wise. way more damage. Fischl does probably over 5 times as much damage as Raiden's skill. So Raiden is not a sub-DPS character, not really. She's sub-DPS in the same way Kuki Shinobu is a sub-DPS. Kuki Shinobu is just really good at triggering Gendo cores. Otherwise, Kuki Shinobu's damage output is probably the worst out of any character in the game. Kuki Shinobu's burst can do some work, but her skill is tragically awful in terms of damage. She's by far the lowest damaging attack in the entire game, Kuki Shinobu's skill. But she's still rated as a high sub-DPS because she can trigger Dendro cores. Also with Nilou Bloom, I want to have Neuvillette as a DPS. So I was thinking Neuvillette, Nilou, Kirava, and Nahida. The problem is, though, is that the Dendro core ownership is chaotic. So everyone on the team would have to be built with EM, which is problematic for Kirava, because she wants lots of HP for her shield. And it also means we'd have to take every character on the team up to level 90. And it also means building Neuvillette for EM, which means he loses for HP that he has, which means he loses the thing which is so great about him, which is the damage. So I'm really torn about it, but I think I just shouldn't worry about these things until I actually get Nilou. So I've already been worrying about it for months and haven't really been able to do anything about it, so there's no point worrying. Is that really all my iron? I got quite a lot. Almost 2 hours now. Here's something which would improve Minecraft if it had a seasonal season. What? If it had a seasonal system, rather than just like a dedicated snow biome. That'd be cool as fuck. So I don't think there's any way to make an artificial snow biome. The game just decides it itself. Terraria allows you to make artificial biomes. Like, I would love to be able to just turn this, make this place snowy. Not a single sapling is growing. It's been like an hour. Yeah, I'm gonna look up what other... I want to look up what teams people use with Nilou. Actually, like, good teams. It's hard to trust Reddit posts. It really is. I want to look up... I imagine YouTubers will be making plenty of videos about Nilou teams when she comes out. Yes, I think I should read up on what Nilou teams could be made. I would have loved to introduce the Dendro Traveler if possible, but I just don't think it would happen, just because the Dendro Traveler doesn't offer anything other than just Dendro application with a burst, whereas Kirava has a shield and off-field Dendro application even without the burst, because I have her C4. Nilou teams and Neuvillette version or Hyperbloom teams. But I could still just run Hyperbloom Raiden with Neuvillette, but it feels like now it'd be a waste. Because I know that my actual just regular Raiden with Chevres can equal that team's damage output. And I do love my Hootown team, but I would like to have more options to vary up my gameplay. Alright, do I have anything more to talk about? Kitchen sucks. She should be a dedicated support for Garnu. Cloud Retainer sucks. She should be a dedicated support for Garnu, not fucking Zhao. Fuck's sake. Genshin Impact is shit. Bye.